This edition of Video Insights is brought to you by Alamode. Celebrating 25 years as a mortgage technology leader, its products are used by hundreds of thousands of appraisers, agents, inspectors, and lending professionals. Also, Cogent Road, who develops internet-based applications for the mortgage industry such as Funding Suite, the industry's first true credit management platform, Avail, the industry's first fully automated mortgage qualification assistant, and Rooms Mortgage, an intelligent document management system for mortgage lenders, and Compliance Systems, Inc., who leads the market with new ideas in how to combine compliance logic and technology to more efficiently document financial industry transactions. The company has literally pioneered new solutions in compliance documentation. Hi, I'm Tony Garitano, Chairman and Founder of Progress Lending Association, and thank you for joining me for our first edition of Video Insights. This company was formed to give you a voice in the mortgage space, to allow your ideas to become reality. However, the reality is, unfortunately, there's a lot of noise in the mortgage space. There's a lot of chaos and there's a lot of buzzwords going here and there and everywhere. So what we decided to do was give you a little bit of straight talk. To do so, we asked Greg Smith of Xerox Mortgage Services and Roger Godoba at Compliance Systems to cut through the noise. In this first edition of Industry Straight Talk, they talked to you a little bit about how we got into the mess that we're in right now.
So as we start this series off, Roger, I think it's appropriate that we talk about how did we kind of get here. And you know, there's been a lot of talk about how we get here from a financial standpoint, a financial market standpoint. But for me, I think it actually started back 20 years ago in what I call our society of excess, where we were always trying to go bigger, faster, better, without a real sense of what was needed today for a happy life. And I think with the consumer debt levels and you know, we've been living for today. What do you think?
Well, I agree. It's we live for today and hope tomorrow will take care of itself. But you really have to look at, there's always been an urge in America to try to get better and to do better. But we also have to be realistic. You know, and we've kind of set this goal that everybody should have a home. But in reality, that's not a realistic goal, and it's probably not attainable today.
Yeah. And I think if we carry that forward and we start to, you know, now boil down to some of the culprits that we've all read about, talked about for a number of months and years now, you know, the ratings agencies are certainly in there. We've got, you know, the consumer is part of the problem, as you mentioned, Roger, you know, the debt levels and inability to see past what could happen if things don't continue on the same path that they've been on. Certainly Wall Street has a large share of the blame. And you know, I think we also got to look at our government and some of the goals that we set for our government, or the government set for us, right, in terms of home ownership, to your point. So
yeah, and I think if you take a step back, you know, there's certainly been a lot written about the financial industry and the blame, and there's pyramids that show everybody had a part of it. And the consumers have to accept responsibility. Because it really wasn't realistic for someone to expect that they could afford a $750,000 house and they were making, you know, $25,000 a year. I mean, how are you going to pay that off in 30 years with interest? You're not, right? And so, but part of the impetus to do that was people sort of felt like they could buy this house and they would take equity and buy the next house. But that's where they got in trouble, because they kind of kept building off of that equity, which in reality, when the housing prices stopped, there wasn't any equity.
So come back to our next segment, and we'll learn a little bit more about the state of the industry.
This edition of Video Insights is brought to you by eSign Systems, who has over a decade of experience helping organizations manage their business processes and transactions entirely online. The award-winning SmartSafe enables organizations to create, sign, store, access, and manage the life cycle of legally binding electronic records. And Depth Public Relations, a business-to-business PR and marketing services provider to firms serving mortgage lenders, community banks, and credit unions. Since 2006, the company has built its reputation and grown its business within the mortgage industry by delivering 100% senior-level counsel, industry insight, and tactical intelligence. Global DMS, who has built the most comprehensive web-based valuation management platform on the market. Utilizing software as a service model, Global DMS is able to provide extraordinary value with the shortest implementation time in the industry. Going forward, we don't just want to give you information from our industry experts, those people that we respect. We want to actually give you a voice. This association, as I've said, is all about you and allowing you to get your thoughts into the space. In this section, I caught Duke Ulrich at DRI talking a little bit about what technology servicers really need to deal with this very tough market that they're in today.
Well, I think certainly it's the web. They have to use, you absolutely have to use the web today in order to move data around from your various vendors, connect to your vendors, bring information in, and not only bring it in and store it somewhere, but bring it in and actually be able to use it. So it has to come in a format that's a XML or even a flat file, but certainly readable. Sending an image is only good if you're sending pictures. What you want to do is be able to send data, and then a smart system will take that data, whether it's a credit report or a BPO, appraisal, even property preservation, and take it and actually, or inspection, and actually do something. In other words, write rules around the data and when it comes in, and those rules will actually maybe spawn to other activities that are happening. If you find out you have a loan in foreclosure and it's vacant, that should spawn immediately a request to your property preservation company to go out and board the place up right away.
This edition of Video Insights is brought to you by Next Level Advisors, a premier strategic business advisory firm assisting companies in growing their business more quickly and strategically than they could by themselves. Next Level Advisors provides an array of customized solutions and services in business development, strategic selling, marketing, media, public relations, social media marketing, and lead generation. Rick Grant & Associates, who provides business leaders with customized strategic messaging solutions designed to establish strong market presence, expand company awareness, and significantly increase sales and revenue. RGA provides customers with creative communication strategy designed to tell the stories that best complement existing marketing initiatives. And lastly, The Turning Point, who offers its award-winning Mach 3 Business Opportunity Engine. What's a Business Opportunity Engine? It delivers mortgage-specific CRM and much, much more. What happens if you're not at a conference? What happens if you're not at an industry event and I can't find out what's on your mind? No problem. Send in your questions and we'll answer them here in this edition of Video Insights. Our Chief Strategy Officer, Michael Hammond, takes your questions in our Asked and Answered section.
Our first question, as a B2B company, should we engage in social media? Absolutely. Social media can be a very cost-effective way to grow your company and your business. What it can offer you as a business-to-business company is a great way to build brand awareness, improve communications with whether your customers or your prospects. It can drive website traffic. It can boost your search engine optimization, and it can improve your overall opportunity identification. So when done right with the proper strategy, yes, social media can be a very cost-effective tool to improve and grow your business.
Before I say goodbye, I want to leave you with some numbers to think about in our By the Numbers section. I was struck by some numbers that came out of the MBA the first week in October. They reported that over 83% of all originations in that first week were refinances. That was up 20% from the week before, and that's a high not seen since January of 2009. Why is that important? Refinances should be easier for you to deal with. You've got the borrower's information and a lot of information about the property already on record. So this should be a signal to you that if rates continue to stay at record lows, now is the time to automate, because a lot of the information can be seamlessly carried from one system to the other to do these refinances in record time, which increases customer satisfaction and gets you a happy borrower who hopefully will be a repeat borrower. And with that, this issue of Video Insights comes to a close. Until next time, so long.